Bear with us. We're checking to make sure there's nothing else we need to do on our end. Okay, they said go ahead. Okay.
All right, good. Brad Stevens. Okay, Dr. Sarah Wilborn.
Present, Ellisville, Mississippi.
Thank you. And Ingrid Williams. All right. A quorum of the commission is present for the purpose of conducting this meeting. The meeting is called to order at 8:35 a.m. Our next item is the adoption of the agenda. Commission members, you've received a copy of the agenda. Please note this is a special called meeting, and therefore the only business that can be transacted is that which has been specified in the call of this meeting. At this time, I will entertain a motion for approval of the agenda. Please identify yourself for the record. And may I have a motion, please?
This is Carla.
I heard, I think Kelly Barfield made the motion. May I have a second?
Carla Evers, second.
Thank you, Dr. Evers. Is there any discussion? All right, if not, then all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, thank you. The motion carries. Before we move to the next agenda item, I'd like to take a moment to point out that we have several new commission members who were recently appointed by the State Board of Education to serve on the commission, and give Dr. Malone an opportunity to introduce them to you today. Dr. Malone?
Yes, thank you. The State Board of Education recently appointed 4 new board members, and I'd like to take a moment and allow them to introduce themselves as I call on them. First, we have Ms. Toni Kirsch, who has been appointed to serve 4 years as a non-educator. Ms. Kirsch, would you like to say anything?
Good morning. I'm looking forward to helping out and providing services to the Department of Education. As most of you know, I spent almost 23 years at the Department of Education, and now I'm with the Department of Human Services, the Director of Youth Services.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Dr. Scott Rhymes, who has been appointed to serve 1 year to finish the unexpired term as a county superintendent that was recently vacated by Dr. Tyler Hansford. Dr. Rhymes. And if you can't say anything, you might want to just wait until you might want to wait until our next meeting to jump in and say anything. I will say that Dr. Rhymes is the superintendent of the Rankin County School District. And like I said, he'll be serving 1 year, and we'll give him an opportunity when he has better connection to be able to introduce himself. Next, we have Mr. Jeremy Ham. Mr. Ham has been appointed to serve 4 years as a school board member, and he represents the Union Public School District. And I believe he does not have video, or am I wrong? I may just not be looking at the right screen. I believe he's joining us by phone. So, Mr. Ham, would you like to jump in and say anything?
Yes, I do apologize for not having the teleconference going here. I'm having to join by phone.
Okay.
I'm out in the field working today. But I do appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this, and we'll see where it goes, and hopefully we can do the best we can for the kids of the state. Thank you.
Thank you. And last, and I don't think he's on here unless he's joined in, Mr. Trasiki Pettis. has been appointed to serve as a principal representative for a 4-year term, replacing Dr. Lauren Bailey, whose term expired, but she was also promoted and was no longer a principal, so she couldn't be reappointed. So Mr. Pettis is a principal in the Tunica County School District, and has he by chance joined OWN? I'm going to say that's a no. So we'll let him introduce himself next month with Dr. Rhymes when he has better audio. In addition to the 4 new appointments, the board reappointed Ms. Pam Manners, who has been serving as one of our non-educators for a second 4-year term, and Ms. Patrice Guilfoyle, who's also one of our non-educators, and Mr. Reginald Goins, who is our teacher representative. All of those have been reappointed to serve another a 4-year term as their first full term, since they were filling unexpired terms. We do still currently have one vacancy for a school. Has begun serving as our new state superintendent in a permanent position. He was unable to join us this morning, but he does hope to be able to join us in person at one of our upcoming meetings soon. And then the last thing I just wanted to say, you guys have been receiving listserv messages from me. The agency is doing away with our listserv capabilities as we have known it. So your emails that you'll be getting from me in the future may look a little bit differently. So just know that the listserv functionality that we have been using and the agency is going away. And I think that's all the housekeeping things I had, so I will turn it back over to Ms. Manners to finish the conducting of the business.
Thank you. And welcome to all of the new members. Glad to have you. We're now on item 3, which is an action meeting, and that is the election of the 2024-25 chair of the Commission on School Accreditation. Per policy, the commission is required to annually elect a chair and a vice chair. So at this time, I'll open the floor for nominations for the position of chair of the Commission on School Accreditation. Do we have any nominations?
I nominate Pam Manners. All
right, thank you. Are there any other nominations? All right, then at this time, I'm happy to accept the nomination and to serve again. There's no second that is required. So at this time, Pamela Manners has been nominated for the position of chair. Any further nominations? Last chance. All right. If not, the nominations are closed. All those in favor of Pamela Manners serving in the position of chair of the Commission on School Accreditation, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right. Thank you. The
Hold on
motion.
a second. We had a nomination, but we didn't have an official motion. Is that correct? Okay. So you were nominated, but we need someone to actually make it into a motion and then a vote.
We nominated.
Carla Evers nominated her.
I can do the motion also. Carla Evers, I move that Pamela Manners remain the president or the chair of the Commission on School Accreditation.
All right. Thank you. And we need a second for this.
Scott Rhymes is saying he seconds it.
All right. Thank you. All right. All those in favor of Pamela Manners serving in the position of chair of the Commission on School Accreditation, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
All right. Thank you. The motion carries. All right. And we're on to item 4, which is the election of the 2024-25 vice chair of the Commission on School Accreditation. At this time, I'll open the floor for nominations for the position of vice chair of the Commission on School Accreditation. And please identify yourself for the record as you make the nomination. Are there any nominations? I will nominate Dr. Carla Evers to serve again as vice chair. At this time, Dr. Evers has been nominated for the position of Vice Chair. Are there any further nominations? If not, the nominations are closed. May I have a motion, please, to elect Dr. Carla Evers as Vice Chair of the Commission on School Accreditation? May I have a motion, please?
Kelly Barfield, so moved.
Patrice Gill, okay.
All right, Kelly Barfield made the motion and seconded by,
Patrice Guilfoyle, second.
thank you very much. All right, all those in favor of Dr. Carla Evers serving in the position of Vice Chair of the Commission on School Accreditation, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, thank you. The motion carries. Our next item is item number 5, and it is an action item. The approval to upgrade the accreditation status of the George County School District from probation to accredited. And Dr. Malone will present this item.
Yes, I'll just go ahead and talk about items 5 and 6. We've had 2 districts that have submitted the proper documentation or have been able to, we as an agency have been able to go back on site into those districts to verify compliance with the process standards. And so based on our policies, that means that we are able to clear them and bring them back to the commission to be upgraded off of probation back to accredited. And that is item number 5 is the George County District, and item number 6 is the Wilkinson County School District. So at this time, we're asking that the commission upgrade those accreditation statuses of those 2 districts.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions for Dr. Malone before we vote? All right, if not, then we'll go with the George County District first. So at this time, I will entertain a motion to approve the upgrade of the accreditation status of the George County School District from probation to accredited. May I have a motion, please?
Sarah Wilborn, I make a motion.
Thank you. And may I have a second, please?
Aisha Maxwell, second.
Thank you. All right. Is there any discussion before we vote? No? Then at this time, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, thank you. The motion carries. And we move on to item 6, which is the approval of the accreditation status of the Wilkinson County School District. So at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the upgrade of the accreditation status of the Wilkinson County School District from probation to accredited. May I have a motion, please?
Carla Evers, I move that we upgrade the accreditation status of the Wilkinson County School District from probation to accredited.
All right, thank you, Dr. Evers. May I have a second?
Dr. Rhymes is seconding it.
All right, thank you, Dr. Rhymes. Is there any discussion before we vote? All right, if not, then all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, thank you. The motion carries. We're on to item 7, which is consideration of a waiver request from the Itawamba County School District for Process Standard 2.1 Principal Duties of the Mississippi Public School Accountability Standards 2024 for school year 2024-25. Dr. Malone and Mr. McGarity will present this item.
Yes, thank you. In the room, I have with me Mr. Brian McGarry from the Office of Safe and Early Schools, who they also handle pupil transportation. And I wanted to give you some background on this particular waiver request. The Itawamba County School District, back last spring, requested a waiver of Process Standard 2.1, which requires or mandates that the principal not have any other duties assigned to them that require a work area code. Itawamba came before we presented the request to the commission back in the spring to allow their principal to drive a bus because they were shorthanded on bus drivers. The commission did grant that request, but it was for last school year only. The district has come before us again this year and asked for an additional year of waiver for the principal to continue to drive a bus. And so this is the first time that we've ever had any, that have actually asked for something like this 2 years back to back. And so I asked Mr. McGarity just to come and be here in case you guys had any questions, because ultimately it is the commission's pleasure whether you want to grant or deny the request from the district. So Mr. McGarity is here if anyone has any questions that they want to ask.
All right, thank you. Does anyone have any questions from the commission for Mr. McGarity? No? All right.
Hold on, we're saying Mr. Rhymes has a question. Hold on. All right, let's see. All right, so Mr. Rhymes is asking, are they asking that the principal drive a full-time route just from time to time?
That's correct. My understanding is it's a very rural route, which makes it difficult to recruit from that community without significant drive time to the school to operate that route in that rural area. I believe it serves about 210 students K through 6.
All right, thank you. Are there any more questions for Mr. McGarity? No? Then at this time, I will ask for a motion. I will entertain a motion in consideration of a waiver request from Itawamba County School District for Process Standard 2.1 Principal Duties of the Mississippi Public School Accountability Standards 2024 for school year 2024-25. May I have a motion, and please identify yourself for the record. Anyone? May I have a motion, please?
Hey, this is Carla Evers. I move we provide the waiver to process standard 2.1 as requested by the Itawamba School District.
All right, thank you. May I have a second, please?
Sarah Wilborn, second.
All right, Sarah Wilborn, seconded. All right, thank you. Is there any discussion before we vote? All right, if not, then all those in favor, please say aye.
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 All right, any opposed? No. All right, thank you. The motion carries. Our next item is item number 8, and it is an action item. It's the approval of meeting dates of the Commission on School Accreditation for the 2024-25 school year. At this time, I will entertain a motion to approve the meeting dates of the Commission on School Accreditation for the 2024-25 school year. And for those of you that don't have it pulled up, it's for September 17th, October 15th, December 5th, February 6th, April 3rd, and June 5th.
Ms. Manners, if I can, let me interject. For those of you that know, we usually meet on Thursday mornings. There are 2 of these dates that are kind of off kilter. That is the September 17th date and the October 15th date. So just as an FYI, the September 17th date, at this time, we only anticipate the only action item being the approval of the statewide accountability results, because our state board will be meeting that morning also, and so we will need to approve those first thing so that we can then take them to the state board for their approval at their meeting, which begins at 10 a.m. Of course, we'll also have to approve minutes of meetings, but that is all we anticipate that particular meeting being about. Then in October, instead of doing it the first of the month, we need to bring the annual recommended accreditation statuses to you. Like today, we brought you two, but every fall, we bring you the annual statuses of all the districts, and we're needing to kind of push that a little bit later into October to give districts time to clear, and because we have a new MSIS system, and we're needing everybody to get their month one data in and give us time to look at it before we bring that to you in October. And then those will be, what you vote on in October the 15th will then be presented to the state board on October the 17th. So those are the 2 days that are just a little bit off. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. The rest of them would fall back in line with our usual Thursday morning every other month.
Okay, thank you very much. Are there any questions for Dr. Malone before we vote? All right, if not, then at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the meeting dates of the Commission on School Accreditation for the 2024-25 school year. As you make the motion, please identify yourself for the record. May I have a motion, please? May I have a motion?
Jeremy Ham, motion.
Thank you, Mr. Ham. And may I have a second, please?
Original Goins, second.
Thank you, Mr. Goins. All right, are there any questions or any discussion before we vote?
Just one clarification that the start time will be 8:30 for all of those dates.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we do anticipate them all being at 8:30.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any other discussion or questions? All right, if not, then we'll vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, thank you. The motion carries. Our next item is item 9, and it's adjournment. So I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Please identify yourself for the record.
Sally Barfield, so moved.
Thank you very much. And may I have a second, please?
Holly Hurst,
Jeremy
second.
Ham, second.
I heard Jeremy Ham. All right. Thank you, Mr. Ham. All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? No? All right. We stand adjourned at 8:56 a.m. Thank you all very much, and we'll see you in September. Oh, sounds like a song.